Chelsea are at risk of losing N'Golo Kante on a free next summer. N'Golo Kante has been a pivotal part of Chelsea for the past couple of seasons since joining from Leicester City, and the club may be at risk of losing the player on a free transfer if they don't tie him down to a new deal soon. Kante's contract runs out next summer, and if Chelsea do not convince the player to renew or offer him suitable terms in the coming weeks, the club do risk him leaving without receiving any compensation. Chelsea are willing to offer Kante 2 years, but he wants more than that at this current moment. According to the Daily Mail, Chelsea are at risk of losing midfielder N'Golo Kante on a 4-year deal due to contract talks stalling in recent weeks. Kante would like 4 years, but the club are not offering him that at the moment, and therefore contract talks are not moving forward in any way. PSG are currently monitoring the situation and would love to bring Kante to the club if talks continue to stall. Chelsea will receive no compensation should Kante not sign a new deal. Contract talks are expected to take place again in the coming weeks, and if Chelsea do not offer Kante the desired length of contract he desires, the player will likely bow out of the club he made such a respected name at. Thomas Tuchel rejects Bayer Leverkusen offer after Chelsea sacking. Former Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel has rejected an approach from Bayer Leverkusen, according to reports in Germany. Tuchel was sacked by Chelsea last month following an inconsistent start to the new season which saw the team win just 3 of their first 6 Premier League games. A 1-0 loss to Dinamo Zagreb in the Champions League was the final straw and Tuchel was dismissed less than 24 hours after the defeat in Croatia. Tuchel has been offered a quick route back into management with Bayer Leverkusen, but according to Sport 1, the 49-year-old has turned down the chance to move to the Bundesliga club. Leverkusen have made a woeful start to the new Bundesliga campaign as they have picked up just 1 win in 8 games. The German club also suffered their second defeat in the Champions League group stage on Tuesday evening as they were beaten 2-0 by Porto. The result has piled even more pressure on head coach Gerardo Sohn, who is expected to be sacked. Former Liverpool midfielder Xabi Alonso, who has been out of work since leaving Real Sociedad B in May after a 3 years in charge, has also been heavily linked with a move to Leverkusen. Speaking before the defeat to Porto, Leverkusen's CEO Fernando Caro admitted the club were not unprepared to dismiss Sohn. In Gerardo Sohn we have a very good coach who has skills that we saw last year and still see. We said that we want to achieve the turnaround with him, said Caro. But we're not naive either. We are not unprepared. If you didn't prepare for all situations, you wouldn't be doing your job properly. Former Arsenal and Chelsea striker Olivier Giroud looking forward to special game as he returns to London. Olivier Giroud can't wait to return to London for a special game as his AC Milan team travel to face Chelsea in the Champions League on Wednesday. The 36-year-old striker, who has 114 caps for France, spent 3 years at Stamford Bridge before joining AC Milan last summer. Giroud lifted the 2018-19 Europa League with Chelsea, where he was the tournament's top scorer, and scored against Arsenal in the final. Prior to joining Chelsea, Giroud spent 6 years with the Gunners, where he scored 105 goals across 253 games and helped them win 3 FA Cups. He spent 9 years in London in total, and speaking about his return to England's capital, Giroud told Milan TV, "I think it'll be a special game for the team because it's a great Champions League match-up. It's also personally for me, as I spent 9 years in London playing for Arsenal and Chelsea, so I expect it to be a great game. It's always a pleasure when the people you met while playing for your former clubs have so much respect for you, also because I want to be seen not only as a good player on the pitch, but also a good person off it. I have many friends in London. I have a lot of hope for our Champions League journey this season. I am very proud of this squad and I think we can do well with this group of players in the Champions League. This match can also give the team great confidence if we win, to boost us for the next games. Chelsea have just 1 point so far, so they will play aggressively and in an energetic way, aiming for the win, so we expect a tough game." Giroud helped AC Milan win Serie A last term and has been in good form this season, scoring 5 goals and registering an assist across his first 10 matches in all competitions. They are top of Group E in the Champions League after their opening 2 matches, while Chelsea are bottom. Leandro Trossard refuses to rule out Brighton exit amid Chelsea and Arsenal transfer links. Leandro Trossard has refused to rule out a move away from Brighton as he continues to be linked with fellow Premier League clubs Chelsea and Arsenal. The Belgium international has developed into one of Brighton's most influential players since his move from Genk in the summer of 2019, making more than 100 appearances for the Seagulls. Trossard has enjoyed a superb start to the 2022-23 season, scoring 5 goals in 7 Premier League games, including a brilliant hat-trick in a 3-3 draw with Liverpool at Anfield last weekend. The 27-year-old's form has caught the attention of several clubs, and reports claim both Chelsea and Arsenal are admirers of Trossard, who has 21 caps for Belgium. Trossard was asked about the speculation surrounding his future this week and refused to rule out a move away from the Amex Stadium, insisting it completely depends on which club approaches him. "It's difficult to say anything about that now," he told the BBC's Monday Night Club. "It completely depends on which club would come. If I feel good and things are good on a private level, but I also know how good I am at Brighton, also with new coach Roberto De Zerbi it looks promising." Premier League legend Alan Shearer was full of praise for Trossard after he bagged a hat-trick at Anfield on Saturday. Having named Trossard in his Premier League Team of the Week, former England striker Shearer said, "Not many opposition players score a hat-trick at Anfield. He was simply magnificent." Trossard has helped Brighton amass 14 points from their first 7 league games of the season and climb to 4th in the Premier League. There are fears the club could struggle following manager Graham Potter's move to Chelsea, but the Seagulls impressed in Roberto De Zerbi's first game in charge, earning a well-deserved point at Anfield. On Saturday, Brighton face N'Golo Kante's Tottenham, who are third in the English top flight but saw their unbeaten record ended by North London rivals Arsenal at the weekend. Chelsea interest in Dusan Vlahovic is not significant. Dusan Vlahovic has not hit the ground running in the way he would have wished at Juventus since signing, and Chelsea are reportedly not a club that will look to offer him a lifeline. The club's interest in the Serbian is currently not significant or active, and Juventus is of this moment are not looking to sell. The Italian club paid a big fee for the striker, and do not want to give up on their investment as of yet. Christopher Nkunku is close to joining Chelsea, and Vlahovic may be a future target. According to Ben Jacobs, Chelsea's interest in Dusan Vlahovic is currently not thought to be significant or active. The player has been linked with a move away from the club, but Juventus are not thought to be willing to sell. Arsenal and Chelsea had interest in the past for Vlahovic, but at the moment it is not thought to be in any way a significant amount of interest or something that can happen in the imminent future. Vlahovic is wanted by a lot of clubs in Europe, and if Juventus do change their mind or stance in terms of allowing the player to leave, opinions may change and heads may start to turn towards the Serbian. On his day he is truly a world beater, but at the moment, not a target for Chelsea.